The following program is underwritten by the generous support of Associates of Glens Falls and Loomis and Lipan Insurance. Since 1852, they have been assisting both businesses and individuals across the country secure the most comprehensive insurance products available. Associates of Glens Falls and Loomis and Lipan are one of New York's largest independently owned insurance agencies. Public affairs programming on Look TV is underwritten by the generous support of Pinnell's Restaurant, classic Italian-American food since 1922, and Stored Tech, technology solutions for computers, networks, and phone. Stored Tech, your technology, our passion.
1922, Babe Ruth debuts with the Yankees. WGY signs on air. Exterminator wins the Saratoga Cup, and Pinnell's Restaurant opens its doors for the very first time. For 5 generations, Pinnell's has been preparing delicious Italian food, served in a comfortable, home-like setting where everyone is welcomed. 90 years of authentic Italian recipes, 90 years of the freshest ingredients, and 90 years of the finest classic Italian dishes, all made daily by hand. Pinnell's Italian Restaurant, a Saratoga dining tradition since 1922.
Firms deal only with prevention, the systems that block hackers and viruses. Stored Tech knows the root cause is actually good people doing bad things. So we offer a security training program which includes certifying all participants to show they understand the basics.
Technology solutions for computers, networks, and phones. Stored Tech, your technology, our passion.
Good evening, everybody, and everybody. It must be a nice, almost summer night out, huh? And the longest day is about to appear soon, the 21st. Today is June 17th, 2019, and it is a regular town board member meeting tonight, and the time is 7:02 p.m., which is close enough. And will you all please rise and join Councilwoman Jennifer Switzer in saying the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, well, thank you all for attending. And in accord with our agenda, we are to enter into a Queensbury Board of Health to set a public hearing. So, is there a resolution to enter the Queensbury Board of Health? Is there a motion to do so?
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Ferrone, seconded by
Second.
Councilwoman Switzer. All those in favor of moving into the Queensbury Board of Health, say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. We are now in the Queensbury Board of Health. So, 1.1, Caroline, please.
This is a resolution to set a public hearing on sewage disposal variance application of Claudia Gerstein.
Okay. And this public hearing will be held Monday, July 1st, 2019, 7 p.m. here in Queensbury Activity Center. And the applicant wishes to obtain a variance for holding tanks. The applicant wishes to install 3 new 1,250 gallon septic holding tanks for a total of 3,750 gallons of capacity in lieu of a sewage disposal system. This is property located at 61 Fitzgerald Road in the town of Queensbury. And again, this is to set the public hearing for July 1st, 2019, 7 p.m. here at Activity Center, Queensbury Activity Center. Any questions? Okay, hearing none from the town board. How about a motion to set the public hearing? Moved by Councilman Medevere, seconded by Councilwoman Switzer. Roll call vote on this, please, Caroline.
Councilpersons Medevere.
Yes.
Ferrone.
Yes.
Switzer.
Yes.
Stroud.
Yeah, and that's it for the Board of Health. Is there a motion to move out of the Queensbury Board of Health?
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Ferrone, seconded by Councilman Medevere. All those in favor of moving out of the Queensbury Board of Health, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous. We're out of the Queensbury Board of Health. We move on to the next segment of our agenda, and that is to deal with our resolutions before us tonight. We have 17 resolutions before us tonight. I will briefly explain and describe the 17 resolutions before us, and then if any member of the public wishes to have comment on any of those resolutions, I will give them the opportunity to do so. Now, if any member of the public wishes to speak to the town board about another town topic that is not part of the resolutions, you're welcome to do so, and I will allow you that at the end of the meeting, where we have a privilege of the floor and the limit is 4 minutes. Okay, so let's describe the 17 resolutions before us tonight. We began with 3.1. Caroline, please.
Resolution authorizing Bay Ridge Rescue Squad, Inc. to transfer a portion of unused restricted vehicle funds to operations funds.
All right. The squad has advised the town board that it wishes to make its captain's vehicle an ALS first response vehicle, which would help it to, 1, free up its ALS provider from a call if ALS is not needed, and 2, help prevent wear and tear on its ambulances, and 3, help save the squad money in vehicle repairs. So the squad has accordingly requested the town board authorization to transfer $7,900 from the squad's unused restricted vehicle funds to its operations funds for such purpose. And they're hoping for town board approval on this issue tonight. 3.2.
Resolution authorizing closure of water treatment plant switchboard upgrades, capital project fund number 214.
Okay, there is $12,711.74 remaining in fund number 214. And the town board wishes to close fund 214 and transfer the remaining balance to the water equipment cash reserve fund number 78. This is money that wasn't needed for the replacement of the switchboard. We got the switchboard in. This is money left over. So we're switching it to the Reserve Fund 78. Resolution 3.3.
Resolution authorizing seeking of bids through New York State Office of General Services Procurement Program for a local bid for truck for water department.
All right, Water Department would like to purchase a 2019 or newer 1/2 ton F50, F-150 or equivalent pickup truck for the Water Department to replace a 2013 Ford Escape that was totaled in an accident on May 15. 3.4.
Resolution authorizing engagement of Chief Pete's Lawn Care for monthly mowing services at certain abandoned or neglected properties.
All right, we want Chief Pete's to do 14 Old Forge Road, 210 Sunnyside Road, 7 Quarry Crossing, and 25 Main Street. And, they'll do what's required, trim, brush, grass, rubbish, clean rubbish, spray poisonous shrubs, things of that nature over these properties. And this quote is for monthly mowing of the properties and such other. Chief Pete submitted quotes, and for a total of $270 total per month, commencing on or about July 1st for a period of 4 months, for a total amount not to exceed $1,080. Resolution 3.5.
Resolution authorizing promotion of Andre Thibault from account clerk in wastewater department to principal account clerk in water department.
Okay, this is subject to a 90-day probationary period in accordance with the town's agreement with the FCEA. 3.6.
Resolution authorizing hiring of seasonal employees to work in the Department of Parks and Recreation.
Okay, this is an authorization to hire Lizzie Holcomb. And our town policy requires familial relationships must be disclosed, and the town board must approve the appointment of town employees' relatives. Lindsay Holcomb is the daughter of John Holcomb, an HEO in the town highway department. 3.7.
Resolution authorizing advertisement of bids for sale of obsolete equipment.
All right, this equipment, if approved by the town board, will go to govdeals.com, a metal detector scanner that the court has, an old one, a 1995 Ford, and a 2013 Ford Escape. 3.8.
Resolution authorizing community service agreements between Town of Queensbury and certain organizations.
All right, we went through these at a workshop. We've had discussions of these, and here is what the town board is considering approving tonight. The Conkling Center, $10,000. The Glenswells Area Youth Center, $12,000. Larac Medawee Theater Company, $500. Literacy New York, Greater Capital Region, $5,000. Student Connection with the Village of Lake George, $2,000. And this comes out of our community funds. 3.9,
Resolution authorizing local tourism promotion and convention development agreements between Town of Queensbury and certain organizations.
all right, the town board discussed, assessed, had many presentations on the matter, and here is what we're proposing to allocate tonight in this resolution. Adirondack Bloom Festival, $15,000. Adirondack Civic Center Coalition, $5,000. Adirondack Film Commission, $15,000. Adirondack Hockey Coalition, $4,000. Adirondack Theater Festival, $5,500. Chapman Museum, $9,500. Feeder Canal Alliance, $5,000. Glenswell City Band Saratoga Musical Union, $6,230. Glenswell Symphony, $6,000. Golden Goal Sports Park, $5,000. Grayscape, $15,000. High Collection, $10,000. Lake George Chamber of Commerce, $7,500. New York Spider Riders, $2,500. Underdog Race Timing, $1,500. Under the Woods Foundation, $4,000. Warren County Historical Society, $2,500. Warren County Safe and Quality Bicycle Organization, $7,500. World Awareness Children's Museum, $5,300. 3.10,
Resolution authorizing support of Town of Lake George and/or Lake George Land Conservancy's grant applications for a future shared park to be known as McPhillips Preserve at French Mountain.
all right, also called the French Mountain Preserve. As you know, we coordinated with the Lake George Land Conservancy and the town of Lake George to create this McPhillips Preserve, or French Mountain Park, if you wish. And the town of Lake George is applying to the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation for a grant under the Environmental Protection Fund for a park project, which will do the development of trails and such. And they've engaged the services of consultants to help them with pre-construction analysis, site planning, conceptual design work, and grant application for a total cost of $15,000. And the town of Lake George will be the grant administrator, should the grants be awarded. And the town of Lake George has requested that the Lake George Land Conservancy and the town of Queensbury, as equal stakeholders and partners in the park project, contribute equally towards the pre-construction analysis, site planning, conceptual site design work, and grant application for the shared park facility, with each party to contribute $5,000. So this is a resolution approving our share, which is $5,000 towards that effort I just explained. 3.11,
Resolution authorizing outsourcing of paving to Peckham Road Corporation.
all right, David Dool, the highway superintendent of the towns of Queensbury, is present tonight if we have any questions, but this is approval to outsource milling and paving work on Lafayette Street and Sherman Island Road to Peckham Road Construction in accordance with Peckham Road Corporation's June 11th proposal in the amount of $94,301.09 for Lafayette Street and $17,326 for Sherman Island Road, for a total of $111,627.09 as presented at this meeting. 3.12,
Resolution authorizing engagement of the Chasing Companies to complete the South Queensbury BOA nomination study.
all right, well, this is a shifting of $25,000 to wages for a new records clerk.
Wait, time out. Stop.
You skipped one.
You skipped one.
Oh, I missed.
She read the title for the next one.
I'm sorry.
Oh, this is resolution to amend 2019 budget?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Nice and easy.
Wages, I'm just in my routine, I didn't notice either. All right, we're moving money into wages for a new records clerk. We're moving money into miscellaneous contractual to fund the operating portion of the Azure system that we're now enjoined with. The previous was for capital development of the Azure system, and now we're into operating funds, so we're allocating money for that out of the budget, from the fund balance to miscellaneous contractual for that purpose. And $9,764 is our insurance recovery for that total water truck I told you about earlier. 313.
314.
No, she did.
So you was out of order.
Sorry. Resolution authorizing engagement of the Chazen companies to complete the South Queensbury BOA nomination study.
All right. So, in previous resolution, we authorized the submittal of a brownfield opportunity nomination study grant application to advance the activities identified in the Queensbury South BOA pre-nomination study and seek official designation as a BOA. And another resolution authorized acceptance of $100,000 in grant funds from New York State Department of State and the town's 10% in-kind services match of $11,111, bringing the total project to $111,111 and creating appropriation revenues associated with the grant funds. And then another resolution, the town board authorized the engagement of Chazen companies for provision of engineering technical services to the town for the fiscal year 2019. And Chazen has developed a strong understanding of the BOA study area, the citizens, the stakeholders, the issues and opportunities through its prior work on both Queensbury South BOA pre-nomination study and the Hudson SIBA waterfront revitalization plan. And whereas Section 3C2 of the town purchasing policy allows single source procurement of professional services under the circumstances outlined above, and whereas New York State DOS, Department of State staff have concurred that single source procurement is appropriate under the circumstances outlined above, and whereas the proposed contract has been reviewed by the New York State Department of State and the town's community development staff, the town board wishes to engage the services of Chazen companies to assist in the completion of the South Queensbury BOA nomination study as delineated in Chazen companies' proposal dated January 2nd, 2019 and revised June 12th, 2019 for an amount not to exceed $100,000. Resolution 314.
Resolution authorizing Marshall and Sterling Upstate, Inc. to renew Town of Queensbury insurance coverage with Trident, Argonaut, and cyber insurance coverage with Accent, Lloyd's, and pollution liability coverage with Chubb, effective July 1st, 2018 through June 30th, 2020.
All right, in short, it's our property and liability coverage is to continue the current policies with additional increase in values, and we've had an increase in inventory. So there's increases in here, but those increases are less than 3%. So it's not an increase in rate. It's an increase because there's been increases in values and the things that I just told you about. So this is a resolution to approve this. Insurance coverage with Trident Argon. And it also includes the renewal of the cyber coverage that we have. And this will be good till June 30th, 2020. And resolution 315.
Resolution approving audited bills warrant of June 18, 2018.
Okay, a warrant with a run date of June 13th, 2019 and a payment date of June 18th, 2019, totaling $354,422. Resolution 316.
Resolution authorizing settlement of property assessment cases filed by NMM Glens Falls Associates LLC.
All right.
Nope.
What?
No?
Skip 360.
What's 316?
316.
Here's 316.
Quite a that, I guess.
Here, you want mine?
Oh, there it is.
Pick that.
Got attached.
Attached.
Okay. 316, resolution authorizing memorandum of understanding of municipal governments bordering Lake George regarding aquatic invasive species prevention.
All right, this is an MOU that's been passed by several municipalities around Lake George already. And it's just a confirmation. I just got back from Albany. With about enough time to eat a couple of French fries and then come back over here. This was a meeting with, New York State Department of Environmental Conservation Commissioner Basil Zagos, and Regional Director Robert Stegeman. Other members of the Lake George community were there. And it wasn't confrontational, it was a partnership meeting in Albany. And we're working together to tighten up the boat inspection programs in and around Lake George, specifically the two agency boat load sites being Rogers Rock, thank you, Tony. Rogers Rock and Mossy Point. And they are controlled sites. In other words, any boat entering those sites during normal operational hours has to be inspected and has to be approved before they enter the waters of Lake George. However, there are times during the evening that are open to the public and not controlled. And those are situations where an infected boat could enter Lake George. Lake George has no hydrilla. We do not want hydrilla. Just as an example, the state of Florida is spending $32 million, most of it on two target species. Hydrilla is one of them. Hydrilla is a situation where if it takes over, you will not be able to fish. Your lure will get caught in the weeds. Your boat will get caught in the weeds. It makes milfoil look like small potatoes. You do not want hydrilla. Hydrilla is in Lake Champlain, 2 miles away from the Mossy Point boat launch site. So DEC, to their credit, wants to work with the Lake George partnership, which includes, the 7 towns, the village, and 3 counties, as well as the environmental groups, the Fund for Lake George, the Lake George Park Commission, the Darien Freshwater Institute, the Lake George Land Conservancy, Lake George Association, the Fund for Lake George, and and the business owners, and the landowners, just about everybody's on board. So this is going to be a pilot program that DEC is helping us to model so that we can give better assurance that boats entering Lake George would not be infected with an invasive species, especially one that we don't have and we don't want to introduce, like hydrilla. So to their credit, it was a very, very nice, pleasant meeting, as we expected it to be. DEC wants to work with us, and so we were very pleased coming away from that meeting to see all the cooperation that we're going to have with DEC. Okay, Resolution 317. And the MOU is just confirming what I've just said, that we're in support of this whole thing. 317.
Resolution authorizing settlement of property assessment cases filed by NMM Glens Falls Associates LLC.
Okay. This, we have one correction on this. In the first paragraph, it lists the address as 160 Cronin Road. We believe it's 140 Cronin Road. is tax map parcel 297.17-1-17. So it appears to be in the best interest of the town to avoid significant costs that would result if litigation continues on this Article 7 real property assessment review case. And originally it was against the town of Queensbury, challenging 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018 assessments on real property located on 140 Cronin Road. And the town assessor recommends settlement with this, and the terms have been negotiated with petitioner. And the town board understands that the Union Free School District Board of Education has approved the proposed settlement terms. So resolved that the Queensbury Town Board hereby approves the proposed settlement of tax assessment cases filed by NMM Glens Falls Associates LLC as follows. The 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018 assessment challenges shall be discontinued without reduction or refunds. 2, the assessed value for tax map parcel 297.17-1-17 shall be fixed at $11,400,000 for the 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022 assessment rolls, unless the property is further improved or the assessment is subject to some other exception under real property tax law, section 727. So further resolved that the approval of this settlement agreement is contingent upon the town council's review and approval of the stipulation of settlement in order. And I did a property locator search. The full market value currently today is $12,634,200. In case I know somebody was going to ask, that's the full market value. So again, this is putting the full market value at $11,400,000 for those apartments. Okay. And our assessor and school and everybody involved in this thinks this is fair enough. All right, those are the 17 resolutions before the town board tonight. Any member of the public wish to speak, share thoughts or what have you on any of those 17 resolutions, please indicate your willingness to or desire to do so. Yes, sir.
George Winters, 4 John Clendon Road in Queensbury. 3.3, the water, the new truck for the water department. You said if the one that they're replacing got totaled?
Yes.
Yeah. Was that fault of the water department or?
No, it wasn't our fault.
Okay, and then 3.11. Is this the same Peckham that we had last year too?
Yes.
Yeah, because I believe they did do a good job. I don't know if they were any cheaper than what we could do it ourselves or.
Well, we can only do so much ourselves, and we are paving some of the roads ourselves, and some of the roads that need grinding, we don't have a grinder.
Yeah.
So it's actually, and Dave is here to correct me, it's actually better to hire Peckham to do those kind of roads in any event.
Yeah.
And they give us prices based on a bid contract they have with Warren County.
Yeah.
Am I right, Dave? Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else? All right, any thoughts or roll call votes requested by any member of the town board?
No.
Okay. All right, anyone want to put forward resolutions 3.1 through 3.17?
I'll introduce.
Introduced by Councilman Menavere,
I'll second.
seconded by Councilman Farrell. Roll call vote, please.
Councilpersons Barone,
Yes.
Switzer,
Yes.
Stroud,
Yes.
and Medevere.
Yes.
Okay. Any correspondence?
I do not have any.
Privilege of the floor. Anybody wish to speak to the town board about any town topic, indicate your interest in doing so. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to wish Tony good luck on the 25th. I think what the Republicans did to you wasn't right, and they're still at it. So good luck, and hopefully you can make it again. Thank you.
George, were you in London in 2012?
What's that?
Were you in London in?
No, my daughter-in-law lives in London,
Oh, okay.
England.
Oh, all right. All right, so any correspondence?
No, I do not have any.
All right, I did that. Town board discussions, let's start with Tony.
Honestly, don't have much tonight, John.
Okay. George?
I'm with Tony.
Jennifer?
I'm just going to make it quick. I was reminded of it when we were going through the community service awards that we're making tonight, to pass on condolences to Matt Condon's family.
Oh,
He not only reached Glens Falls, but Queensbury, the region, and had a huge impact on this community. So I just wanted to publicly send our condolences to his family.
thank you, Jennifer, for bringing that up.
You're here.
All right, I guess it's me, and guess what, gang? Because I was in Albany pretty much all day, I didn't do my supervisor's report.
Darn it.
I knew there would be
Catherine's
disappointment.
going to be so mad
I
she
will have
missed
to
this.
give an extra long one in the July meeting. In any event, did I mention that, we've got this brand new brochure and that this town board should be very proud of? It is regional in nature. It's a brochure. We have 40,000 of them. Last time we ran off 10,000, they were gone. And the Great Escape helped us with the last one. Well, this one was an effort of this town board and eVision. They helped us put things along, but we did much of the writing and the layout ourselves. And I'm very proud of it. It talks about the promotion of the region, and we're only part of it. And you promote the region, you're gonna get a lot more bang for your buck than every little part just dealing with themselves, because we do live in a wonderful greater community. Glens Falls has got a beautiful downtown. Glens Falls itself is beautiful, plus a beautiful history. Lake George, Lake Luzerne, horseback riding. I mean, you put all these assets together as we have in this brochure. And if I was an outsider reading this, I'd say, I've got to move to the Queensbury region right now. Well, we do want you to come here and spend your money. All right. I shouldn't have said that. Too late now. All right. One other thing. You know what today is?
17.
Yeah. What's the significance of June 17th?
Barry Manilow's birthday.
Whose?
Barry Manilow.
Really?
It really is.
More important than that, although very good, nice for Barry
Something
Manilow.
to do with Warren Joseph.
Yes, sir, Councilman.
I like the Barry Manilow thing.
No, sir. Warren County is named after Joseph Warren.
Did I say Warren Joseph?
Yes,
I think you did.
Yeah, but
That's
you did a
Same
comma
thing.
there.
that's the old
Yes.
teacher thing. Last name, then first
That's
name.
right.
Joseph Warren. All right, on this day in 1775, he died on Bunker Hill. So let me tell you the brief story about him, because Warren County is named after him. He was a Boston physician. He began joining the colonialist cause in 1767 with the passage of the Townshend Acts. He was appointed to the Boston Committee of Correspondence. He was the Grand Master of St. Andrew's Lodge of Freemasons. He delivered orations in commemoration of the Boston Massacre and really tore at the British for what they did at that event. He drafted the Suffolk Resolves, which were endorsed by the Continental Congress to advocate resistance to Parliament's coercive tax laws. He called for a boycott of British goods and for local militias to prepare for armed resistance. He served as president of the Revolutionary Massachusetts Provincial Congress. In 1774, when the Intolerable Acts were passed, Warren declared no obedience is due to the Intolerable Acts. In 1774, he authored the song Free America, very scathing of British control of the colonies. He enlisted Paul Revere and William Dawes on April 18, 1775 to leave Boston and spread the alarm that the British garrison was setting out to raid Concord and arrest John Hancock and Samuel Adams. He was the one that initiated that. Warren said, "These fellows say we won't fight. By heaven, I hope I shall die up to my knees in blood." He participated in the April 19, 1775 battles of Lexington and Concord. On June 15, 1775, the Continental Congress appointed George Washington the commanding general of the Continental Army. George Washington was bound for Boston. The colonists had Boston under siege at the time. They commissioned Joseph Warren, a major general. However, when the time arose, on June 17th, 1775, the British were about to make their third effort up Breed's Hill, some of you call Bunker's Hill. And they knew this third effort was going to be successful. They had done a pretty good job, these farmer soldiers, holding off the trained, well-armed British soldiers. They did a good job, but they were not going to do it forever. And they knew that this third effort was going to be successful. So do we have any volunteers? Men who will wish to stay behind, keep firing away at the British, holding them at bay, and allow our farmer soldiers to escape? No, Joseph Warren, not you. You're too important to us. You're an officer. He said, no, sir. I'm a volunteer. And I am staying. And several others said, I'm staying too. Knowing that that decision meant your death, he stayed behind. And he was killed in combat June 17, 1775. A hero. Some historians say if he had lived, he would have been more famous than George Washington, more famous than Alexander Hamilton, more famous than John Adams, more famous than Paul Revere. Look at what he's done. People don't know that. People have lost track of why we named Warren County after him. So I'm here to remind you. And that's it for me. Anything else for the good of the order?
No, sir.
Motion to adjourn?
So
Moved by Councilwoman Switzer, seconded by
Second.
Councilman Ferone. All those in favor of adjourning say aye.
Aye.
It's unanimous. We're now adjourned.
The following program is underwritten by the generous support of Associates of Glens Falls and Loomis and Lipan Insurance. Since 1852, they have been assisting both businesses and individuals across the country secure the most comprehensive insurance products available. Associates of Glens Falls and Loomis and Lipan are one of New York's largest independently owned insurance agencies. Public affairs programming on Look TV is underwritten by the generous support of Pennell's Restaurant, classic Italian American food since 1922, and Stored Tech, technology solutions for computers, networks, and phone. Stored Tech, your technology, our passion.
1922, Babe Ruth debuts with the Yankees. WGY signs on air. Exterminator wins the Saratoga Cup, and Pennell's Restaurant opens its doors for the very first time. For 5 generations, Pennell's has been preparing delicious Italian food, served in a comfortable home-like setting where everyone is welcome. 90 years of authentic Italian recipes, 90 years of the freshest ingredients, and 90 years of the finest classic Italian dishes, all made daily by hand. Pennell's Italian Restaurant, a Saratoga dining tradition since 1922.
Firms deal only with prevention, the systems that block hackers and viruses. Stored Tech knows the root cause is actually good people doing bad things. So we offer a security training program which includes certifying all participants to show they understand the basics.
Technology solutions for computers, networks, and phones. Stored Tech, your technology, our passion.